Hey Jennifer, so you're looking at this question right here and you're asked to find the compositions of these two functions. Let's start with f of g of x. Another way to write that is like this, f of g of x. And since we know what g of x is, it's just 1 over x, we could write this just like that. Well, what this notation means right here is that you're taking your 1 over x function and you're plugging it in for x in your other function. What does that look like? Well, you just copy down f of x, except wherever you see an x, you replace it with 1 over x. If you simplify this just a little bit, it looks something like this. But MyMathLab is not going to like this answer right here because they're not going to like this sort of complex fraction. So you want to get rid of this x from this denominator, which means multiplying the denominator by x, which wouldn't be legal unless you multiply the numerator by x as well. Now if you actually do that, the numerator is just going to turn into 6x. The denominator, you're going to distribute this x to the 1. And you're going to distribute this x to this negative 5 over x term, which is just going to give you a minus 5. That answer should be fine. Now, as far as g of f of x goes, you can write that as g of f of x like that. Since you know what f of x is, you can replace f of x with 6 over 1 minus 5x. And what this notation means is you're just taking this function right here and you're plugging it in for the x value of the other function. You're replacing the x with a 6 over 1 minus 5x. When you do that, you just start copying down the g of x function. That's 1 over, and you just replace x with this whole business. Anytime you have 1 over a fraction, you can just flip that fraction over. And that's the answer that, MyMathLab is going to accept. Now you're also going to be asked questions about the domains of these functions. And when you're looking for the domain, focus on the function you get when you immediately plug in your composition. So here you have a denominator, and that denominator is x, so you can use your domain rules to find the domain there. And in this function you have another denominator, and it's 1 minus 5x. Keep in mind that those denominators cannot be 0, and that should help you find your domain. Alright, I hope this helps.